George Harrison did not write While My Guitar Gently Weeps about a particular romance, argument, or tragedy. The song began as a philosophical experiment while he was visiting his parents in Warrington. Harrison had been thinking about the I Ching and its idea that events are connected rather than merely accidental. So he decided to open a book at random and write a song around the first words he noticed. And those words were Gently Weeps. And instead of treating them as nonsense, he imagined a guitar mourning the wasted love and potential it could see in the world. The title of one of his greatest songs was therefore chosen almost like a lottery number. The song wasn't fictional in the usual storytelling sense, but neither was it tied to one real event. Harrison was looking at human behavior in general. People possessed the ability to love one another, yet somehow allowed that love to remain unused. His first drafts were even darker than the finished recording. The Escher demo included references to hatred, people creating their own troubles, and Harrison sitting helplessly while growing older.
I look at the trouble and hate that is raging.
Another early version described him watching events from the wings as though the world were a badly managed stage play. He eventually removed those lines, leaving the message broader and less tied to the angry atmosphere of 1968. And finding the right sound proved much harder than finding the title. Harrison first recorded the song at Abbey Road on July 25, 1968, as a delicate performance built around acoustic guitar and harmonium. The Beatles attempted a full band arrangement in August, but Harrison remained dissatisfied. On September 3rd, the unfinished recording became the first Beatles project transferred to Abbey Road's newly available 8-track machine. Harrison then spent most of an 8-hour session trying to create a backwards guitar solo. He still disliked the result, but 2 days later, he scrapped the existing recording and made the group begin again, leading them through 28 more takes. Harrison's cleverest production decision was not an effect or an instrument. It was bringing another famous guitarist into the room. While driving from Surrey into London on September 5th, he invited his friend Eric Clapton to the session. Clapton was hesitant because outside musicians did not normally appear on Beatles records, but Harrison insisted. Contrary to the familiar story that Clapton simply arrived later and overdubbed one solo, the surviving session information shows him playing live during the remake alongside Harrison, Paul McCartney, and Ringo Starr. He used Lucy, the red Gibson Les Paul he had recently given Harrison, and Clapton's presence also changed the mood. The other Beatles became more attentive, and McCartney supplied the song's memorable piano introduction. Even Clapton's performance was not allowed to remain completely untouched. He worried that his guitar sounded too obviously like an Eric Clapton guest appearance, so the Beatles processed it during mixing. Assistant producer Chris Thomas manipulated the studio's automatic double-tracking equipment and tape speed, creating the unstable, bending sound that makes the guitar seem to cry throughout the finished record. Clapton received no credit when the song appeared on The Beatles, or better known as The White Album, on November 22, 1968. A song inspired by 2 random words had survived discarded verses, an abandoned acoustic arrangement, a failed backward solo, and a complete studio remake, only to be rescued by an uncredited visitor whose playing was deliberately altered to sound less like him.